Yeah, he kind of was, I guess.
He was out in the Zerg Sahara.
Yeah.
It is a desert template, to be fair.
It is. But, you know, we're not going to desert. Next map is going to be Expedition Lost. It's going to be on Hoth, of all maps.
Oh, so cold. I hope you guys have brought your winter jackets. Of course, go out on Twitter, hashtag SC2CopaAmerica, and join in the conversation and discussion here. We have this ZVZ, I mean, almost, it feels that we're getting closer and closer to the end. We have Cham up by 3. Oh, who would have thought? CatZ is sort of struggling, making a lot of mistakes, I feel, Alex.
Yeah, I have to agree. CatZ, like, he's doing well at times, but he just keeps on struggling in certain aspects of the game. Like, when he right now was ahead, he saw the Roach one, he saw the Eva Chamber, you know he's not going to get any more mutants, you know he's going to stay at the ones he have, and if you kill any, he's not going to replace them, he can't afford that. But
maybe...
Oh?
Like, you know, you said about the gas timings? I think that's a big deal, but he invested in those infestors, which were kind of pointless, because even if you have the infestors right, if you are down by like 20 roaches, the fungals are not going to matter. So, did he perhaps dump what little gas he had into the wrong department?
I think that it was fine to get the infestors, because you can still take the fight with fungals, because you have +2, you have fungals, it is fine. But I think it's much more about raw power and just holding on.
So it's like a numbers game?
It is absolutely a numbers game at that point.
Alright, man, but you know what? 4th map, maybe the final one. Let's get into it here on Expedition Lost. I'll play in the bottom left, playing for Root. It's looking so rough for him right now, Alex. Is he going to be able to turn things around? I don't know. He's going to have to play his heart out. It is none other than CatZ.
And his opponents here in the top right hand corner, up 3-0 in this best out of 7 match point. It is none other than Cham.
Do you want to hear my prediction for this ZVZ?
Yes.
Cham 4-0.
Wow, sick prediction. It's like a 50-50.
Yeah, I know.
People are like, wait a minute, it could also be a 4-3, so it should be a 50-50, right? But then you realize, well, if it's a 50-50 for Cham to win this certain game, it is technically true.
If CatZ can pull a soul key and turn things around 4 games in a row, that would be so insane. But I mean, he definitely has to step up his game in that case, right?
He does, and well, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to. Both players just playing standard macro right now. This is one of those maps that Roach vs. Roach gets really interesting. Mutant works pretty fine, but you see the ice here in the back of the main base. What happens in Roach vs. Roach is that both players tend to start killing off the ice, and if you don't have a vision of it, the attacking Roach player will try to funnel up there. But if your opponent is really good, he might let you and then trap you and try to kill off a lot of your roaches.
Is it like you come up and think you're in a good position, but then he has this massive preset concave?
Exactly, and you can't run down quick enough, for instance.
That's true, because they kind of funnel back down, so they block
Yes.
each other, and then suddenly you lose too many roaches, and then you're kind of dead.
Exactly. Now, here's the thing though. Cham goes for pool first, while CatZ goes for hatch first. So, CatZ once again not afraid of this, and the thing is, if Cham just knew this, now he probably will with his overlord, actually he will know this with the overlord scouting, but seeing this happening several times in a row, I would like to see him just go for 9 pools next game or something, if he doesn't win this one.
Yeah, I think that it would just be this kind of thing that CatZ not ready for. Because he's sort of just been doing his own thing, really. In complete disregard to whatever Cham has been up to.
Yeah, and it hasn't been working out too well for him.
No,
Now,
sir.
Cham still doesn't have any gases, and when you go gasless, you do like to open with that pool first. It is very... The reason for it is because... Huh?
I mean, we're already past that like 340 mark that you touched
Yeah.
upon in the last map.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, why you go pool first when you go for gasless most often is because that first queen is going to come down here so you can deny the scouting of your opponent, so he doesn't know they can kind of abuse the fact that you're going gasless. But you can also you can also get that creep tumor after the first inject with the queen, so you actually get a perfect timing on your creep spread towards that that ramp, so you can actually block off in time for like 14-14s, or even just like baning all ins or speeding all ins.
We're getting closer to 5 minutes here. I guess, should we be seeing these double gas go down? There we are. From this, are we just going to see Cham go right into roaches? CatZ on his side of the map. What is he up to? Staying on the single gas, and he has not started speed. Are we going to see a fast layout of CatZ here, maybe?
Well, he still does have speed. As you say, it looks like a fast lap, but then again, you would kind of pull off gas. He's just pulling tons and tons of gas. Now, Cham saw there's no speed on the way. He's going to go in again. See, still no speed, no last. And he clicks the gas. He should be clicking the gas. He doesn't. But he sees that he's still mining at least. So he knows there's a massive amount of gas right now for CatZ. But I think I know what CatZ is up to. We've seen this before, and it looks pretty crazy. But it's like you just add up tons of gas, and you just start going for roaches pretty early on. The roach war is a bit late though, and he's getting an evo, so I think he might just be cutting a few corners instead.
So he's going to go into +1, and then we see a lair, like lair +1 roaches kind of thing, perhaps?
Yeah, just about. Well, we'll see the lair before the +1, but still, kind of what you said. Now, here's the thing. Cham just goes exactly where he should be. CatZ comes in, doesn't see speed, he sees lair on the way, so he knows this is standard gases into +1 roach. And he's going to see a pretty early third, which he can't actually deny now because he didn't go for speed.
No way to punish. Well, so both of these guys will go to secure their third bases. CatZ has started +1. We see what Carapace here once again, actually from Cham. Huh.
I am not really a big fan of this, because if you guys know the math for this, Carapace always removes 1 damage, while attack always adds 10%. Now, roaches deal
16.
Yes, so you add 1.6, which kind of rounds up, so it's actually 2 damage. So it rounds up to 2 damage per roach. So technically, the missile attack is twice as good as the Carapace upgrade.
Yeah, or I guess like rather the attack value versus the defensive value. If you look at these two upgrades, but Glider Reconstitution started it for Cham. Do you think he has any opportunity to perhaps utilize that and go for a big attack before the speed of CatZ finishes up, or will we just see him sort of staying back, defending his third base, and then from there, maybe we, for the first time, go into a bit of a longer game?
I would be really surprised to see Cham push in, but then again, he's right now making tons of roaches, so I'm actually gonna take that back, because if he'd just been droning and getting a few roaches, then I would be very surprised. But the fact that he decides to go for Carapace like this is almost like as he wants to attack with all his roaches, and then just behind it rally massive amounts of Zerglings. But
that's true.
We're gonna see though.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. You know, like Carapace helping +1 Carapace helping out Lings a ton. If your opponent has +1 roaches because they don't get 2 shot, if you have that upgrade. Nonetheless, though, Cham, his drone count is really low. So Alex, I think that he's just going to go for a big attack, try to end the game already.
24 roaches to 9 right now, and CatZ has stopped making workers, but he now sees Cham moving out. There's 1 spine, but we see 14 more, even 16 more roaches for Cham, who's moving across the map. And although we have a massive defender's advantage for CatZ, I'm not sure if it's massive enough.
We'll have to see. He has to fight by the spine call. The second one does go down, and already Concave for Cham is in his advantage. He's going to try to back up away from this spine, but it's still in range. And now we go, darting on forward here.
This hooks it down.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Does fall, and he's pushing up into the third base. There's barely anything here for CatZ. This base is very isolated right now. He has reinforcements streaming in from the natural, but Alex, is this going to be enough? We see drones even being pulled off here.
Yeah, and this is great for Cham, but he needs to really deal damage here, because if CatZ survives without Cham dealing some serious damage, CatZ is just in a perfect position. He's still ahead by a good 8 workers or so. Third being attacked though, as more and more roaches coming out here for CatZ. Burrow has finished, Tunneling Claws on the way. And, well, Cham right now taking this engagement once again. Needs to finish down that spine crawler though.
Yeah, the spine crawler helping out so much here. Now CatZ looks like he's going to be able to stabilize. He's cleaning up the roach numbers of his opponent. And now these guys, even in workers, dead even in this economy. Cham actually added in a couple of more drones behind this. He's got even more on the way. And now CatZ is looking to go for this counter swing. And he has Tunneling Claws done in 15 seconds. And, well, that's going to help him out quite significantly.
Cham is going to try to buy some time, but damaging that rock tower is going to force CatZ to kill that off before he passes it. But Well, what we should see from CatZ right now is splitting up small groups of roaches to the left-hand side, maybe even killing off their eyes and try to go for the right-hand side, or even maybe just going into the natural, as he then goes with his main army to try to bait out Cham. We see instead a massive amount of roaches burrowed going towards that left-hand side, and if they were to just pop into the third base, they could kill off most of these workers instantaneously.
Like he could even kill Hatch and get out of there, because no way really here for Cham to answer to that. Does he even have any detection with this? No, he's even going to be out, he's going to be completely out of position for this as well.
Oh my god, they're going to pass each other even, so to be honest, we might even turn into this weird base trade.
Well, here we go, Alex. Roaches popping up into the third base. Queen is going to go down. A handful of drones will follow. And that's a dead third if I ever saw one, but at the same time, we see Cham pushing up into the natural. All the drones are fighting it. The position for CatZ is fairly good, but he's going to lose this Roach Warren. And that was a really decisive pickup here from Cham. CatZ needs to drop that down right away, because eventually his numbers will dwindle. But at the same time, Cham losing the Roach Warren back at home as well. I think CatZ is going to be able to take this game.
CatZ right now 45 roaches to only 30 of Cham. CatZ trying to make this comeback happen, and way too many roaches are entering the base of Cham, as Cham can't even kill CatZ. CatZ with a perfect concave shutting down Cham's roaches, and this should just be enough for our root player to take his first map in the series.
A very nice play here from CatZ, managing to swing things back, holding on strong at that third base. It was looking so scary. He was very much down in those roach numbers, but well, does manage to swing things around here in this series. Third base here will end up dying, but I mean, he's virtually destroyed everything, all of the infrastructure here for his opponent.
Yeah, 26 to 14. You might think there's only 12 roaches. That doesn't matter too much, but then remember that at these low numbers, every roach really counts, and well, CatZ being almost twice as many roaches as opponents, there's no way really for Cham to do anything. He's going to try to run back, but it's a bit too late for that. Yeah,
now the roaches from the main and natural will join up here for our Blue Zerg to close things out here in map number 4 in this best out of 7, which means we will be going to our 5th game, and CatZ stays alive for now.
CatZ has 7 lives, and
Don't
9
they say they
lives
have
even.
like 9?